So have you actually told a client not to move?
More times than I can count, yes.
How's that?
It really just depends on the situation. How is that? They're usually surprised. They're like, wait, what? But our job isn't just to like close a transaction. Our job is to give people the best advice to make the best decision for themselves and their families. The worst thing that could possibly happen is someone calling 6 months later, a year later, and going, why didn't you tell me this?
Yeah.
Like, why did we do this? And that's probably one of my biggest fears, and thankfully we have not run into that.
Yeah, I really appreciate people like you in the industry that are just transparent throughout the process. So you see, there are some things that go into a decision not to move. What is one example that is?
Yeah, so we get a lot of people that are moving from St. Louis, from out of state. So, we get a lot of people from Dallas. Seattle was a surprising one that we get a lot of people from.
That is surprising.
We've had people from the West Coast, from the East Coast, and they'll say, hey, my job is here, so we're gonna move here, like in this location or within 20 miles of this location. And the question is why, right? It's like, have you been here? Have you walked the neighborhoods? Have you experienced that community? So you're not going to, you know what I mean? Like if you sell it for 500, it's gonna be minus the commissions. So if you're not planning on being somewhere for at least 2 or 3 years, we recommend that you rent first, especially people out of state. It's like, there's so many cool pockets of St. Louis. Like find out where you wanna be, find out where your community is, and then buy.
Yeah, you can also enjoy your time there more.
Yeah, and and people go, you tell people to rent? Like I thought you're like, as a realtor, you're not supposed to. It's like, no. It's not that you're not supposed to. There's a right time to buy and there's a right time to rent. And when you're new to a community or to an area, renting is a really good opportunity to explore your surroundings and feel really comfortable with the location.
How do you handle situations with some clients that run into real life experiences? Like, and what are some examples that you can provide that you help someone navigate through?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't want to say a house with a bad foundation is an automatic no. It's how did that seller, mitigate the foundation issue, right? So if we go down into a basement and we notice that there's maybe a horizontal crack, those are the ones that we get really nervous about. When you have a vertical crack, and I am not a foundation specialist, I'm just someone who works with a foundation specialist and has learned these things. But when it's a horizontal crack, that's when things can start shifting, right? When it's vertical, it's really, really hard for a house to pull apart this way. It can, but it's those horizontal cracks that we get really nervous about.
Yeah.
And so it's not a bad thing, but then if we see that the seller like kind of put some glue on there and then like has some carbon fiber straps on some of it and has this, or they drywalled over something, like that's when we get a little bit nervous and we really want to make sure we're doing our due diligence. Because we've had plenty of clients who have had foundation issues. We have a qualified foundation company come out, do a full inspection, and usually there's a lifetime warranty on those repairs. So there's really no fear behind that.
Right.
Because it's like if there's an issue, they're gonna come back and fix it.
Yeah.
So those are some times where clients are like, oh, we can walk to the park and they redid the whole kitchen. It's like, yeah, but like the house might fall down.
Yeah.
Right? So like that's kind of a big deal, Busy roads, that type of thing. Not necessarily because they don't sell, but when they have young children or they have dogs, a question I ask people is like, is your dog an escape artist?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? I'm like, when people come in the front door, are they like trying to find their way out the door? Well, this is a busy road. That's something to take into consideration, you know?
So you also go into a lot of situations where your clients run into not always a yes from you when you're giving them advice. What's kind of been your experience as to why that's a good quality you want your real estate agent to have?
Yeah, well, and this actually happened with Adam Bunder, and he's my director of sales. And actually, I think he's going to pop on a couple segments with us in the future. Yeah, you'll love him. But he just ran into this over the weekend where, I mean, it is a tough market. It is a really tough market. We have probably over 5 buyers in particular who have written over 8 offers. So they've gone out, have seen multiple houses, said, I love this one, wrote an offer, didn't get it 8 times, right? 5 different clients of ours right now are in that kind of bubble, right?
So they're stressed.
They're very stressed. But when they get stressed, they just, then now they're like, I just want to find something, right? And so there was a house over the weekend that clients of ours really wanted, and Adam even called me and he's like, I need you to check me. And I was like, okay, tell me what's going on. And he said that they're gonna regret it. Like, this is half of the things that they want. They're gonna write over asking on something that they're gonna regret getting. And he's like, they're just so focused on getting something. And he's like, but this isn't the right one. And so I was like, then tell him, you know, then you just need to explain that to him. And he did, and they didn't buy it.
Good.
You know? And after the fact, I think they sent him like a $400 bottle of whiskey. So like, they probably drank half of it first, you know, but
I'm sure.
But they sent him that and just said, hey, it meant a lot in that moment. We were so emotional, like we probably would have done anything to get the house. And we're really thankful that you were there with us.
Yeah.